like Wednesday nights a lot of times, so I can 35 foot over if you need to. Just rotate the player. Sit your paddles down, pick the fruits, pick the first little paddles out.
Hello, Nita.
We are live.
Reading.
I'm ready.
I keep saying I'm gonna take a grill over one night, have a big grill again. I hadn't done it yet.
Okay, we'll leave Blair. All right.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Welcome to February council meeting of Calvert City, Kentucky. And as we said, the pledge, I watched this dog in the corner and I don't know what he was thinking, but he was rather taken aback. We were all paying attention to him. We've got quite a bit of business to go to. We're going to we'll ask for an executive session as our last thing. We'll try to get all of our business done before we get off into that though. First order of business, as always, is an approval for the meeting minutes of the July meeting. Has everyone had a chance to review those?
January meeting.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said July. Got the right first letter. We'll go back to July. No, January. Thank you, Ralph. Make notice of that the mayor was corrected that what month it was. That's pretty sad. But the January 13th meeting. If everybody's okay, I'd take a motion.
Motion approved. Minutes.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Thank you for that. Visitors and petitioners for the council. We got anybody who's not on the agenda per se? I'd like to introduce a couple of new employees. Very first thing, if we can. We've been introducing employees to the council as we go along, and we'll go ahead and take care of that order of business first. So, Chief. Well, you know, they look spiffy in their uniforms. No slight intended.
All right, so on January 31st, we hired Zane White. He's from Ballard County, graduated of Ballard County Memorial, and began his law enforcement career at the City of Hickman's Police Department in 2009. In 2010, he did a transfer to the McCracken County Sheriff's Office, and he was a deputy there until 2016. In 2016, he transferred to the Paducah Police Department, and he's been there since January 31st. So while he was at the Paducah Police Department, he was a field training officer, and how long were you a field training officer there?
About 6 years.
Okay. And he's also had experience as being a school resource officer as well. Was it Tillman High
Yes.
School?
Mm-hmm. Yep, Paducah Tillman. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Paducah Tillman. So we welcome him, and his first day was kind of exciting. That was whenever we had the bank incident. And, so,
Had a 7 o'clock swearing in ceremony and a 8 o'clock foot chase.
yeah. So he came out of the gate running. Racehorse, you know.
Did you catch him?
Yes.
Yeah.
But, you got to say anything, Zane?
Just nice to meet every one of y'all. I'm sure I'll get time to say hi to each and every one of you individually. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity, Mayor. I really do appreciate it. And Chief, thank you as well. I look forward to serving the community and citizens of Calvert, and I really do appreciate each and every one of y'all. And thank y'all so much. And also, I love to call this place home now. So thank y'all again.
Yeah.
All right.
To Calvert.
I
He's a
think
Calvert City
Laura
resident.
Calvert City resident.
George's daddy.
Yes.
Yeah, him and his wife moved to Calvert about a year ago, maybe a little over a year, maybe, I don't know. But they are Calvert residents. His wife is partnered with Greg Northcutt. So everyone here knows her.
So the last name is White, W-H-I-T.
Yes, ma'am.
That's correct.
All right.
You guys have any questions for us? All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Zane. Bradley.
That's right.
All right. Good looking.
Oh, no. Oh, that's not.
Okay,
Uh,
okay, Brad,
This is David Keeling. He started with us February the 3rd, last Monday. He's our new sanitation truck driver. Right. Come from State Highway,
Yes, 26 years.
been there and he retired and still wanted to work for it. So,
okay,
which worked out for good for us because he's got plenty of truck driving experience and more experience. He was on the bridge crew, so he can teach us something.
there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome aboard.
Well, I appreciate it. And I want to appreciate the opportunity that y'all took in me and it's, I hope to become family and the community's amazing and he's a great guy. He
All right.
is an outstanding.
Well, okay, I know he's buying lunch.
I'm still new, so.
I know he's buying lunch. I understand it's obligatory, but we think he's a great guy too. It's okay.
And if you want to know why he called me good looking, it's because I was totally taken by surprise. This is my great great nephew.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm look young enough just to be his aunt, but
Yeah.
great aunt.
So.
All right. Well, welcome
I
aboard.
was gonna ask him what he was talking about.
Yeah.
All right.
He's special.
Well, again, thank y'all. I really appreciate everything.
But not all the city employees get hugs like that from the council members.
Okay.
Come on up.
Oh, come on.
Come on. Okay. Ready? Like,
All right. We got to the sideways one too. Zane's already been gotten.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have one more petitioner for the council that came in, and we've got a scout who doesn't know why I'm calling on the scouts. Grayson?
Yes, sir.
All right. Welcome to Calvert City Council,
Thank
and
you.
you're going
I'm
to talk to
excited
us
to be here.
this evening?
Yes, sir. I have papers. I didn't bring enough for all of you. I thought there'd be less of you, fortunately.
We're pretty good. We're pretty good about sharing. So,
All right, sweet. So I've talked to a few of you already on the Parks Board. And I am a Boy Scout out of Troop 44 of Benton, Kentucky. So I'm not here close by, but I'm close-ish. I know I sent you a letter. I've talked with you and the rest of you guys on the Park Board. I spoke with you, but I am interested in putting a Gaga ball pit in our local Doctor's Park right over here. I'm doing this for my Eagle Project. For those of you who don't know what an Eagle Project is, again, I don't have enough papers for all of you, sadly, but thank you, man. There should be those. You can pass around, look at, read, whatever you like. But for those of you who don't know what an Eagle Project is, the Eagle Scout rank is the highest award in the Boy Scouts of America. In order to complete the Eagle Scout rank, you have to organize a service project and run it and lead it and gather volunteers and fundraise and whatnot. So I have chosen you guys to be a benefiting organization. And I'm really looking tonight for the council's approval to be that benefiting organization and carry on with that. I'm seeking to put a Gaga ball pit in our park. Like I said, does anybody know what Gaga ball is? Do you want me to give you a refresher on that? All right. So for those of you who don't know what Gaga ball is, Gaga ball is a sport that's becoming increasingly popular as of recently. That's what that picture I gave you guys is. But that is a Gaga ball pit. Typically it's played in a room or a pit like that, but it's 20 by 20 diameter, and you hit a ball around. It's kind of every man for himself dodgeball, if that makes sense. It is becoming very popular. It's at a lot of churches, a lot of parks. However, our Doctor's Park here doesn't have one yet. So I was hoping to change that and get one in here. As you can see right there in that picture, it is a plastic ring. They call them timbers on their website, but it's the same kind of stuff you have keeping in the playground mulch, safety material in there. So it's the same kind of material. It'd be built up. It has an open bottom for maintenance. It would be put on a concrete pit, sorry, It'd be put on top of a concrete pad platform. And on top of the concrete platform would be a rubber safety material, basically. Does anybody have any questions that I can help answer?
Where in Doctor's Park did you have? any?
So
Can I address that one?
go
Sure.
for it.
He came to the Parks Board to address this, and we've worked with him on what we would need to have to make it work for our park. So which is the pit and everything we're looking at, it's like a 24-foot square. It'll fit just perfectly between the behind the Civic Center, the playground and the water fountain, you know, that gap
Mhm.
between there, fit perfectly right there. And still be in line with other playground activities for the kids, and easy for the parents to be able to see the children as well.
The only other thing I wanted to bring up, if nobody has any questions, is in terms of finances and cost. I'm currently looking at, I think it was $7,000-ish if we're purchasing all the material. I'm hoping to get some of it donated. I will also be doing a little bit of fundraising on that end, but I was curious as to what anybody would be willing to donate, if the city's willing to donate anything. I can certainly do fundraising, but it's a lot of fundraising.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So that was all I have. I'm happy to answer questions.
Overall construction is gonna have probably 4 inches of dense grade. And then 4 inches of concrete in a 3,000 PSI fiber concrete, so it won't need wire. This is not gonna hold that much weight. It's 4 inches should be enough. We've got the ability to do that for ourselves to help out. And then, of course, the rubber material and the timbers would be the other cost of it.
Would we be doing the ordering? Would we get of the materials if? Would,
We
No,
don't do
I-
that. That's
so-
something he'll
okay,
need.
because I didn't
I
know if
would-
we would get a break or anything, or
So-
that's what I was.
Not
So
really, we've given him
Okay.
a lot of people that he can talk to get
Okay.
competitive quotes and rates and stuff like
Okay.
that. So
yes, so for the majority of the project, I will be in charge of that and doing whatever that needs in order to get that through and going. Yeah, so I will be covering most of that.
I love the idea.
Yeah.
And if it's gonna benefit everybody, is it something we can fund?
the Parks Board has voted to recommend this the other night. So I'll just let you know, they are on board with it. They're okay, they're good with it. That's something we can look into as far as funding goes. We can look into that and see if we've got some funds we can utilize for that, for the concrete.
Does the $7,000 include the concrete?
Mhm.
That's the total cost.
It's somewhere between $7,500. It's almost $900 just for shipping in a lot of cases. Right now, that's up.
So-
The individual pieces, the timbers, I think, was somewhere around 2,000.
Yes, sir.
And the rubber mat was something.
The rubber matting added like an extra 2,000 or so, I think.
Exactly. And so, we
Okay.
could pull the,
So you've thought about the execution. You're thinking,
I have,
you're
yes.
thinking we're gonna pour the concrete
Mhm.
and the rubber mat.
oh, he's gonna help.
Well, I know.
I got a show with his
As
name.
far
on
as
it.
good. So that's the concrete and the rubber mat. Are we
No,
looking?
we're gonna help with the dense grade and the concrete.
Okay.
So
So it leaves how much left over?
that would be
in-
something like 4,000.
Yeah.
And you're gonna do some fundraising.
Yes, sir. So I'll have my own independent fundraising efforts. I have not fully gotten a plan fleshed out for that, but I'm working on it hopefully as soon as I get this approved here.
Okay. Do you have a goal or
Right.
anything you're shooting for as far as your own fundraising?
Ideally, it's what's needed to complete the project. So in that case, 4,000 then is if you guys can cover the concrete.
Well, you've got an estimate and a price breakdown, right?
Yes, sir.
So we're covering the concrete, right?
Yep.
And then you can compute the rest of that, which we think is nominally 4,000.
Somewhere around that.
Yeah.
Think you are up to that, or?
I think it should be all right.
Okay.
If I'm not, obviously, I'll let y'all know, but I should be able to do
Okay,
that.
well, I mean, we can work together
Yes, sir.
and we want you to, do the leadership part of your project. And kind of reset your budget at a lower number at 4.
I appreciate that.
And we'll figure out how far it goes and how to coordinate all that.
Well, I don't know, when we start thinking about equipment and things that we provide for the parks, it's a
Mhm.
lot more money than that.
Right.
For most of our playground equipment and things like that and what he's talking about. And to be honest with you, I was thinking somewhere, I mean, no offense to him, but $4,000 is still a lot of money
It is a
to
lot of money.
raise. And I'm thinking somewhere,
Yes,
maybe
ma'am.
the city could donate 5,000. And he would have the 2,000 to raise.
Well,
And I know it'd have to be a budget item, but
the mat's a big piece, right? The mat is, what was the price of the mat? You know that, right?
Uh,
2,000.
Yeah, it was around.
So the mat's a pretty big piece, and the city, if he were just gonna build a Gaga pit just about anywhere else but in the city, he may not be required to get that mat.
exactly.
And so, I mean, that makes
We have a lot
sense.
more restrictions and qualifications.
Let's see what he can raise and come back
Yeah.
to us and
Yeah.
we can talk to him and
That's all right.
we'll
Yeah.
help you, we'll help you out, we'll help you get it funded and put in.
Because the more you raise yourself, it looks better for that's good for you.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
Good for your project and
you work hard at that.
and come
Thank
back
you.
to us
See how that
when you get,
All right.
when we all get ready, we'll.
Well, I hear some consensus. So, Parks Board is okay with location, right?
Yeah.
So, council doesn't really approve location by location on most things.
I was just
Outside,
curious.
yeah.
I was
No, I'm just
curious.
try to make sure that we are in consensus and know what's going on here. So we've got the location.
Alright.
Okay, you've been, wrote a letter to the mayor, talked to Parks Board, presented an idea, got that approved, got the location. City's got some things we've got to do properly, if you will.
Okay.
And it sounds like pouring the concrete and then providing the mat and then anything left in the budget after that, see what you can work toward raising that. And then we'll set the agenda and everything and schedule, not the agenda, set the schedule and see where it goes from there. But it sounds like a wonderful addition to me. And you've done a great job presenting this, by the way.
Thanks, sir.
A great job with that. So,
He's great to work with too, I'll tell you that.
is there anything else? Is there anything specifically you need from this meeting today that?
The only other thing I needed was
Signature.
a signature from you, in order to get it. kind of
Everybody needs your
finalized.
signature.
All right, so that's,
Unfortunately.
You want
So,
to autograph that?
you know where to sign it?
yes, sir.
You want me to sign yours or the one in my inbox?
Either one works. Maybe both, really.
You just have a backup there.
I have a backup. Yes, ma'am. Can never be too careful. Maybe both would be helpful.
So here's his contract. It's got the equal badge on it.
Oh, yeah.
So you know where to sign?
Yes, sir. This last page here. You wouldn't mind? It's the same thing, but just right under that.
Sign here,
Yeah.
idiot proof.
We hope so.
Excuse me, Grayson, what's your last name?
Lightfoot, Lightfoot. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm lucky you got that. A lot of people mess that up.
You got a lot of experience here.
Yeah, yeah.
Sign both of them. So there we go.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, sir.
John, do you need a copy of one of these or?
No, I do not. Hey, well, just go ahead if you don't mind, just send us one when you get a copy
Okay.
of it or.
That's fine.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Start off on Google it, so I don't know what it is.
Gaga ball.
It's
Well, the-
just like Lady Gaga.
We'll set up
GA ball.
part of the schedule. We'll figure out when the council we'll play each other.
I've already had practice.
Oh, you've already practiced or you got to sit out. You'll be the ref or something. Is there a ref in this game?
Yeah.
No, it's free. Is it a ref?
I can be.
Free for all. but I thought-
Yeah, it's pretty.
I have seen it play. Okay. We got any more visitors or petitioners? I don't see anybody. Okay. Well, we will move into auditor's report, the very important business.
Well, if y'all figure out what Gaga ball is, to explain it to my son, because apparently his kids play it, he still had to figure it out. And then maybe he can explain it to me, because I don't have a clue what it is.
It's got to be more fun than tetherball. Tetherball was all the rage there for a while. Tetherball?
I don't know. So I don't know. So, good evening. My name is David Hampton. I'm with Kemper CPA Group, and I'm here to present your reports for the city and the water and sewer system. So first off, again, thank you all for the opportunity to serve you all. We certainly enjoy working with all of you all, and so I appreciate this opportunity, and certainly want to say thanks to Glenda and all her staff, because we picked their brains quite a bit and keep them hopping to help us get through. So we certainly appreciate everything they do. So I've got both reports here. If we want to turn to the water and sewer, we can go to that one first. Or if you want me to really condense it, I can do it all with the city, because technically the water and sewer is part of the city. So we don't have to do the separate one, but I am prepared to do both of them if you want me to. So, John?
Then the Reader's Digest, they think that's what they wanted.
Reader's Digest. All right, let's go to the city report then. We're gonna combine them and do them all at the same time, because it's gonna end up being the same report for both of them. So if you turn to page 1, this is our independent auditor's report. Purpose of this report is to determine if these financial statements are fairly presented in all material respect. And if you look on page 1, paragraph 3, you will find that this is what we have said, and this is known as an unmodified or a clean opinion. There's no gap departures. Beginning in the 4th and 6th paragraphs on the same page, we've been discussing responsibility of the city and our responsibility as your auditors. As noted, the financial statements as presented are the responsibility of the city. Our responsibility is to express an opinion on these statements. In addition, on the next page, in the 3rd paragraph, your report includes additional information that's required by governmental auditing standards. This would be your management discussion and analysis, along with budget schedules and pension and other post-employee benefit schedules. This information is not audited, so accordingly, we don't express an opinion on this information. However, as noted in the 4th paragraph, we did apply auditing procedures on other supplementary information, such as you're combining non-major funds on pages 51 and 52, and determine if these statements are fairly presented in all material respect. So that's our report, independent auditors report. Now, under governmental auditing standards, you are required, there's an additional report, and this is all the way back toward the back on pages 53 and 54. You'll probably be almost all the way at the very back. So this report will disclose our findings, if any, regarding the city's internal controls of the financial reporting and compliance with certain laws, regulations, grants, contracts. As noted in the 2nd paragraph, our responsibility is to consider the city's internal controls over the system, over the financial reporting for the purpose of planning and performing our audit. It's not for the purpose of expressing an opinion on the city's internal controls, so accordingly, we do not express an opinion. So with that in mind, as noted on paragraph 4, we did not identify any deficiencies as material weaknesses which we are required to report under general audit, governmental auditing standards. In addition, as noted in the last paragraph, we did, as part of obtaining reasonable assurance whether the city's financial statements are free of material misstatements, we did perform tests of compliance with certain laws, regulation, contracts, and grant agreements. And as noted, we noted no instances of noncompliance or other matters that are required to be reported under governmental auditing standards. So that's our two reports. Just some general overall. The city's net position increased about 2.2 million. This will be your revenues and excessive expenses for the year. Your governmental activities increased about 724, and this would be back on page like 12, 13, I believe, for the city's report. So this is your statement of net position, and the statement of activities is where this information is coming from. Your municipality increased about 1.5 million in that position. Now 732,000 of it was grant related, and the remaining is due to a combination of, we did have some increases in charges for service. We had some kind of balanced out in our expenses for everything except the OPEB and pensions kind of balanced out. And actually we got a credit or reduced our expenses by about 127,000 during the year because the pension system did better than what was projected on its earnings. So that certainly helped there. Now, whether that'll continue, that remains to be seen, although we did have a fair year this past year. So hopefully we'll see some additional reduction in those liabilities. So your net assets overall decreased about 284,000. That's both the city and the water and sewer. Your governmental activities decreased about 524. That's primarily due to that's just depreciation, excessive amount of assets we added. And we did scrap one project that we just found that was not going to be feasible due to costs during the year. And then the municipality increased about 240,000. That was additions greater than the amount of depreciation they took. Your total debt decreased about 2.4 million. We've added about 8,000 in new debt, and this is ongoing on for the one that we should be wrapping up this year. That's I guess it's KIA note, if I recall off the top of my head. Or is
Yes,
that
it's for the water meters.
Yep. Okay. And so we had a slight net or slight increase there, but we had a net decrease in our pension and OPEB obligations of about 2.26. So overall, we decreased about 2.4 million on that side. Operating revenues in the general fund exceeded expenses by about 1.6 million, but we transferred another 2.1 million over to capital projects for upcoming projects there. And on the water and sewer side, again, revenues increased about 365 operating revenues. Your operating expenses were basically flat on that side there. So that basically concludes our report, and I'm open for any questions you might have on the city or water and sewer system.
That was quick. I tell you, you do
That's
this
a condensed
some.
version.
I did the condensed version. I can drag it out if you need me.
No, it's okay. It's fine. Unless there's something that needs to be pointed out. What were the total hours to complete this? Do you remember right offhand?
Oh, I have no idea.
You remember?
Somewhere around 280, 300 hours. That's
Okay.
Well, no, it'd probably be more than that. I couldn't tell you the exact number, but it's going to be somewhere in the around the 300 or more range in hours.
Because it's not just when you're here, once you take
Right,
it back,
right.
there's a
There's
lot.
quite a few
that has
hours
to
that
be
take place outside of the time that we're here.
And you're here at least 3 to 4 weeks or more every time.
There's 1 to 2 are usually going to be here for somewhere in that 3 to 4 week range. So
You've been performing this audit for quite a while, right?
Well, I've been doing it as long as I've been with Kemper, so that's since 1998.
Okay.
I can't say how long Mike did it prior to that.
Okay.
I think you did it a couple, 3 years prior to that.
So.
Yeah. Right.
So we certainly enjoy working with y'all's organization.
Well, we like the commitment and the working together and the continuity. Certainly, it's important we do this. We've got enough grant funds floating around and public monies at risk. We have to do it. We want to do it professionally and appreciate the job. Does anybody else have any questions or? All right.
This is your report, bud.
A good teacher. Ralph over here.
All right. Very much.
Thank you again. Thank you.
Thanks, David. And Chris.
We'll step out of y'all's way and then y'all can feel free to talk about it. I won't know it's because I have all those questions. Y'all have a blessed night.
Thank you.
I wouldn't know.
The red book. Okay. With that, I think we got all the new business or taken care of out here. We need to come up and have a second reading of an ordinance. We ready to do that?
Do
Do it.
that. Whereas the Calvert City Planning Commission has considered the proposed amendment of Article 3.1 of the zoning ordinance to address, clarify the definition and treatment of short-term rentals, e.g. VRBO, and whereas the Planning Commission has held a public hearing after notice to receive public comment with regard to said proposed amendment in accordance with KRS 100.211 sub 3, and whereas the Planning Commission has recommended to the City Council that the ordinance be revised as aforesaid, and whereas the City Council has determined the recommendation of the Planning Commission to represent the best interests of the city and promote the best interests of the residents of the city. Now therefore be it ordained by the City of Calvert City, Commonwealth of Kentucky, that Article 3.1 Calvert City zoning ordinance, 21706, hereby is amended as follows. And the only section affected is Article 3.1 definition of short-term rentals. And it reads, this term applies to rentals of dwellings, is defined as a bed and breakfast, and is regulated according to the applicable provisions of this ordinance. And that's the entire ordinance. So in explanation, the term short-term rentals has become a term of art that's used customarily for folks who rent out their houses for bed and breakfasts and couch surfing and VRBOs and that kind of thing. And those are generally referred to as short-term rentals. And the Planning Commission proposes that just so that anybody looking for short-term rentals can find it. We put this definition in here, but frankly, it is defined as a bed and breakfast. So there's no difference in the way it is treated from a bed and breakfast. But it's here for the convenience of anybody who's trying to find short-term rentals in definition section of the code.
Any questions? Take a motion. And got a motion in a second. Going to call roll. This is to accept final reading.
This is for, yep. Okay. Councilwoman Shelton.
Yes.
Councilman Howard.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hale.
Yes.
Councilman Rao.
Yes.
Councilman Brown.
Yes.
And Councilman Stokes.
Yes.
Okay. All in the affirmative.
Okay.
The host has to serve breakfast if the renters ask.
Should be.
You get a Pop-Tart.
The ordinance doesn't address that for you.
Also, years ago, people would rent rooms, like when I was a college student, I rented a room from in another city from people, and people here used to do that. Is that also, would that be included, and is that a thing anymore?
Oh, I don't know if it's a thing. Surely it is. I would suspect. in
That's
Murray
part
somebody's
of
doing
it.
that. And it would be considered, yes, renting less than the entirety of the building is gonna be. it's
It
gonna
is a
fall
short-term
within the
rental.
definition of short-term rental.
We've had 2 or 3 of them that are in operational here in the area, but they, again, it was defined as bed and breakfast. That's all this is doing, just saying, given that term alignment or to that definition.
Wouldn't you have to be careful after a while if you rented more than one room? Would that not put it in?
You can fairly quickly get into
Yeah.
an apartment or a motel or some other category.
Like my house? Yeah.
So bed and breakfast. So you're not getting any money
sometimes
for
have
it.
multiple rooms too.
Yeah.
Okay. New business. I brought up at the last council meeting that we were going to shoot for a workshop, and Blair has done another survey. Survey says Thursday is the date. We're all good for Thursday?
This Thursday.
Yes. The 13th. Was there a time? 5 to 7. So we're going to come in and have a workshop on Thursday, in which I guess it'll go down as a special call as a workshop. And the things that we want to cover, probably start the comprehensive plan and take a look at issues. And so we need to put together an agenda of guidelines and things that we want to talk about. One of the things that I am going to put out is committee appointments. We'll put that specifically on the agenda since that's going to be on Thursday. I got to make some phone calls. But other than that,
Are you gonna actually make appointments? Is that what you're doing?
yeah, we'll make appointments and have votes on it on Thursday. Get those done.
Oh, okay.
We can get those done as long as it's on the
Appointments
agenda.
And reappointments.
Mhm.
Okay.
I can email out the comprehensive plan.
Okay. So there's some items that we need guidance on, and just kind of poll the council on where we're going, so we can move together to make some progress in some areas.
Do we need to send out anything on the strategic plan?
They're both
Comprehensive plan, I know runs
through
through the planning commission normally. We'll send that out because I know that's something you don't look at. With the strategic plan, do you want copies of it as well?
Yeah, send that on the. What do we need more of? What do we need less of? What is there something new that we hadn't thought of? So 5 to 9, we'll do the
5 to 7:30.
9:30 or
oh.
10, maybe midnight.
In July.
Don't be by yourself.
Yeah.
Is that okay with everybody? All right.
Finger food, okay?
Anybody complain about food usually? Nobody complains about food.
No, it's
That's
pizza makes it a little easier or something like that. Sandwiches or pizza, that makes it a little easier.
Gotta be careful when you complain about food. You'll be put in charge of it the next time.
Okay.
All right. I've got some generator files that I hadn't forwarded, but I found them. Talked to my committee. So we're moving forward. Anybody else got any new business? We'll go to departmental reports. And then we'll go to an executive session, I suppose. So departmental reports. Bobby, lead us off.
Well.
People have already disappeared from this place. Oh, here it comes. Oh, Brad's back. Brad's back. Bobby, you guys left him, so Bobby's on the spot.
I know, I ain't got something. We've already been on the spot.
Bobby, you got anything to report?
Nothing really, just our same things are ongoing at the moment. We did want to take mention to, we had a main break out on Oak Park last week. And the line that actually broke is going to be in our new plan for the new line that's coming from 62 up Oak Park. So hopefully we're going to get rid of that whole old line there. So we will not have issues with that area much anymore. Our hope is that when we get it, we probably can eventually shoot across the big intersection too. That way we can kind of get away from all the other old lines on the other side of that park. Because we had one of the 5-star as well. But other than that, I mean, got our high service pumps running. Yep, they're running. We can use them if we have to. Right, we just gotta get them all configured into with computer systems. So we can run them off the VFD.
Okay. That included the valve sets,
What's that?
the new valves.
Yeah, new valves are in.
Okay.
New valves, check valves, all that got installed today.
Good
So
deal.
Actual, the pumps, I can go out there and if we have an issue with a booster station, we have no problem. We got 2 big pumps and we can serve the city, plants, whatever we need.
So this is the operational aspect of the control system upgrade.
And yeah, all I gotta do now is I gotta install a broken valve we've had for, so we can actually use our split system, so we can alleviate pain from both sides. Hopefully that'll be done very soon.
Okay. The main brake section we're talking about, if you remember, I barely remember where Oak Park used to run. And so when we relocated Oak Park to line up with the entrance to Purchase Parkway, that old line stayed right where it was, as did the overhead power lines, which is part of the conversations we're going to have in workshops, how we do relocations, how we adopt streets, how we make our city look when we do those kinds of things. So that's all part of it. A real brief update on the influent lift station. That's the $2.4 million project.
Yeah, I mean, it's still looking like March, ain't it? Yeah, the end of March, right at April.
So there's some cutover details left to determine. That'll be the new screen and everything we needed to get in compliance with the agreed order.
Oh, yeah, that is true. We're looking at now maybe the old one being as a backup.
Right.
An overflow.
So scoping out that change is one of the last things left to do.
Yeah.
Got a full slate of employees.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
and it's coming in handy too.
Okay.
Send people here, there, and everywhere now.
All right. Brad, you got anything?
We did get our new jetter in service. That worked really great. It's nice to have that. The guys have been playing lots of Calvert. Getting the hang of it.
A lot of jetters. Keep the water where it's supposed to be.
Yep.
All right.
That's just doing a lot of maintenance. That stuff getting ready for the weather break.
Fingers crossed on this coming week, right?
Yep. Hopefully we'll get the bathroom open soon. It's one thing after another. I think now we're waiting on maybe one flush valve.
One flush valve. All right. Well, we're not going to wait very long on that, are we? Okay. All right. Chief Davis, you got anything?
No, we just doing some traffic control with the police department, helping them out, trying to make their job easier, safer. Got the ticks ordered. We're using the money and adding a little bit.
Tell them what tick is.
For me,
Oh, we got another acronym thrower here.
Tell them what tick is. You
It's
can't
not
play
just
the
that
acronym game. Come on.
it's a thermal imaging camera. When we go into a structure fire or any fire, it creates a white spot on the camera lens, which that's where the heat is, the most heat. It helps us locate the fire. We can also use it locating a missing persons. The range is not very good to do that, but it can be done. Can be used to help find a gun if the time frame is right when it was dropped, because your handprint will still create heat enough for that on the gun for us to pick it up.
So you got 2 new ones?
Got 3 new.
3 new ones. 3 new ones.
Yeah.
And that came from a grant?
Yeah, well, what did it end up being, John? $750 more or?
Yeah, overall, because you bought some extra
Yeah.
accessory for it.
Yeah.
But I think we put in a little, I think that's about right.
Yeah.
In
Less than
addition to what the
less
grant
than
was to buy
$1,000.
that.
We got 3
Fire
cameras
commission.
and
Mhm.
3, where we can wire them into the truck and they'll stay charged.
That's a fire commission grant.
Yeah. Working on getting some new radios. Working on get people to call and give their sizes for new Class A uniforms. I'm starting to get a little scared on fire calls.
Uh-oh,
I'm probably gonna jinx myself here.
you are gonna jinx yourself.
Yeah, they've been very, very non-existent. So I'm thankful for that. But on the other hand.
But I've heard some positive comments on the medical assist calls, so thanks for
Say
that.
again, please. I'm sorry.
Positive comments on the medical assist calls, so
Okay.
community appreciates that.
Well, like I say, it just gives the people a reassurance that they've got some medical people there and, when we can increase their O2 and help them feel, I guess you'd say, more relaxed till EMS gets there. So it's a very good program.
Okay. Chief Cannon? In addition to having a full roster, you got any?
Oh, yeah. So I guess it's already summertime, right?
No.
Well, with the police department, that's how it's been. We're usually slow right now during the winter months, but the last couple of weeks we've been fairly busy. We've had more than several arrests. You guys are aware of 2 pretty large cases. We got the murder case that had a preliminary hearing today, so it's going to the grand jury, the next hearing. The bank case with the Venezuelans, still an ongoing investigation. We are cooperating with HSI, which is Homeland Security Investigations, the FBI, and immigration as well. Found out today that they were involved in 15 other incidences in Tennessee before they came here. So there's a lot of happy folks in Tennessee. Proud of Calvert City Police Department for locating these guys and identifying them and assisting with their investigations as well. So they got a preliminary hearing coming up Wednesday. Those are two pretty big cases that we have going right now. And the guys have been doing an outstanding job. Can't ask for a better crew right now. Everyone has been doing their part. Calvert City Police Department is ready to handle whatever comes our way. So you guys ought to be proud about that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So that's all I have. If you have any questions, I'm available.
You got all your vacancies filled.
Yes.
Yeah. Full roster.
We're at full roster right now.
Well, less overtime, more pay, I guess. All right. I got all the department reports except John. Yeah, they give us a project report.
So you go like, you shut up. We've added the tower lights on the radio tower have been installed. These lights were put on as the lights that we have installed now. We don't have to paint the red and white on the tower anymore by FAA regulations. This actually will reduce our costs for maintenance. I mean, we'll still have to paint it as far as maintenance goes, but we don't have to do the red and white stripe. So we can do a solid color on it. But the lighting is good for day or night. That's what we've actually installed. Generator for the Civic Center has been pushed back until March. And this has been a long time coming here. Pickleball, the contract was awarded to Jim Smith Contracting. The restroom, we like vent covers, and we have an issue with the urinal, one of the urinals flushing. And other than that, everything else is ready to go with exception. I think we've got one small for concrete pour. You know, maybe some other, but the actual usage, it can be utilized once those two items have been corrected. In talking with the cemetery and the sexton, Nick has informed us and the cemetery board that the cost, he did have an estimate on the cost of an increase for the marker stones. However, we got good news on it. They're not going to increase the price of the marker stone. That's, you know, we have $100 deposit for marker stone when someone is buried. And then at the end of that year, if they put down a monument or have a contract for one to be delivered, we will refund that money. If not, we purchase the marker stone and place it on the site. It's not going to go up. It's going to remain there. On that marker stone, they get the name of the individual, date of birth, and date of death. However, they are going to increase the cost on the engraving of the niche, the columbarium niche front, that marble slab or that granite slab, that they're increasing it. And it's recommendation of the cemetery board to just pass that on into the cost. And so they're asking to raise the price of the columbarium niche to $1,250 from $1,000. So you'll have to approve that.
So I make a motion. Do you want it now or?
Yes, please.
Yes, I make a motion that we increase the price
On the columbarium
on the
niche.
television.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a mouthful.
Got a motion? How about a second? All right. All in favor?
Thank
Opposed?
you very much.
Anything else?
John, what was the bid on the pickleball courts?
244, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't that much. I'm trying to think. It was two. I don't have it in front of me, but it was. If you can call me tomorrow, I'll have that. I'm sorry, I just don't have that in front of me. We had to do some research on the bids before we actually did, so they've been in for a little bit, and I don't have that.
And how many bids did you get on that?
Three.
Three?
Yes, ma'am.
When is that completion date?
I'm hoping June 30th.
I just asked, I knew.
Mother Nature has a lot to play into that. But we're hoping that we can get that. There's going to be, one of the things is this is not going to be built to grade. It's got to be elevated. So we've got to bring in dirt and get it settled and stuff like that. So that's the first thing. So it may take a little longer than we thought to get it up to standard, but it's going to go as close to in line on the north end of it so it'll be right there together. And it's going to have the same color scheme, except and all that. So. I think that's all we've got at the moment.
I think we'll be playing Gaga Ball before we're playing on 4 extra.
I got my money in the scout.
I'll put you like this. I don't think you got to worry about too much electrical issues over there.
Yeah.
Okay. Miss Blair. Tim. Well, we're gonna hold Tim. Okay. Was that rock, paper, scissors, or did she just slough off on you? Tim, do you have anything to report on airport?
I have two items on current project. The precision approach path indicator contract
Okay.
is still in KDA's inbox, KDA being the Kentucky Department of Aviation. It's still in their inbox, so there's been no action on that project. The airport layout plan project, phase 1, which was the 2/3 of the narrative report and the ask to the Federal Aviation Administration. That contract is and grant closeout process is in session now. We've got a couple of more response to comments to the Federal Aviation Administration. And that will be wrapped up. In the meantime, phase 2 has been approved and is now under contract and grant receipt. And phase 2 is all the good stuff. It's the airport layout drawings.
that I know you can't wait to see.
Oh, yeah, I like pictures. Yeah.
The one that we'll be reviewing with you in a couple of months will be the actual terminal area plan. New facilities that we're recommending to meet the need will be on as part of the airport layout plan, and we will review that with you prior to showing it to the state. Because it is, after all, the state's project, but we'll give you a first crack at it without telling anybody about that. So
Very good.
that's where we are on those two projects.
All right. Thanks. Okay, Blair.
Blair, after you.
So, Cecil Moore, you guys know Cecil Moore?
I do.
He wrote a book, it's called The View from the Other Side of the Tracks. And it's about his just growing up, his family, family history, lots of stories in it. Southern Calvert, Possum Trot, this vicinity. And he's going to do a book signing on February the 27th at 2:00 at the library. It is kind of in the middle of the day. We're going to do it at 6:00 at night. Is that
27.
27th? We're going to do it at night, but he said that's during the district tournament. So can't, yeah,
I've been
yeah,
to Cecil's in too.
yeah. And so then we planned on doing it. Oh, no, I'll get it. We planned on doing it the next week. And he said, then that might be the regional tournament. So I'm like, okay, we'll do it at 2:00 midday. And so he's really excited about it. He'll have books there to sign.
So from
and
noon
sell.
until
They're $20 a piece, and he's going to be on the radio for a couple, a WCBL and WCCK. So it's exciting to have a local author here. He's really excited about it, and it's a really great book. Lots of really interesting stories there. We got the Coffee and Chocolate Festival coming up. It's March 1st and 2nd. It's at the Civic Center. There's 2 food trucks that are going to be outside, chimneys and handheld, and then there'll be 28 vendors inside, anywhere from ceramics, chocolate, coffee, pastries, sweet teas, everything that, is just delicious, decadent, and just full indulgent weekend. March 1st and 2nd. And it's from 9 to 2 each day, Saturday and Sunday. Then we have the next coming up, the Lions Club has their annual pancake breakfast. If anybody wants to buy a ticket, I've got them here laying on the floor. They're $7. They're $7 a piece, and it's free for kids 6 and under, and that's on March the 8th from 7 a.m. until 10:30. We are also doing a 5K that day. It's a new edition. It's called the Pancake Dash, or sorry, the Calvert City Pancake Dash. Calvert City Dash and Pancake Smash. There you go. Got it. I have had trouble with that ever since this morning, trying to get that out. And so anyway, that's the 5K, and it's ongoing right now. You can go online and sign up for it. All the proceeds go back to the Calvert City Lions Club Activities Fund. Stop, I could get it. I know. And then thanks, Kevin. And then the next thing that we have, the pancake breakfast, that's March the 8th. The 5K starts at 8 and is at the elementary school. So just show up at the elementary school, you run the 5K, walk the 5K, and then you go eat pancakes. What could go wrong?
Yeah, that
Or you
sounds
could
like
just
mine.
eat pancakes, which is just as good.
And then you watch people run and maybe he pancakes out of them.
Yeah. And then we have the Pink Moon Paddle Up.
They call it a
That
smash.
is on April the 12th. And we sold out of the pre-registration at 100 people. But if you still have your own kayak, anybody can come, still come.
100 people. 100 people.
100 people, yes. I know, insane. So it starts at 7 o'clock, and it's going to be in the old paddle boat area. So I have like glow in the dark shirts and bracelets, and just kind of enjoy that evening. And then Amber Bacon, who does our yoga, she's gonna do a moonlight yoga session that night too. And then we are going to partner with Scott, the Kentuckian Village, at the Sustainability Garden for the Earth Day party. Calvert Elementary School is going to bust some kids in, so we're going to have a full day of crafts, learning about recycling, and lots of fun Earth Day things. So, but that is open to the public too. Anyone can come. And there's be more information to come on that too.
That's
So,
April
anyway, if you want
22nd.
tickets,
Is that right? What day is Earth Day celebration? 22nd?
April 22nd, yeah. Yeah.
So what time is it? From when to when?
It's from 8 until 4. So just all day, during the day there, during that time frame. More details for that will come out, but just wanted to make sure you get it on your calendar. That's all I got.
That's all? That's all? All right. Well, it is that time. I'd like to ask for an executive session for 2 separate reasons. The attorney's about to go crazy now, so we're going to talk about some land acquisition and litigation, possible litigation.
Okay. All right. Then we'll give notice in the regular open meeting that the general nature of business be discussed in closed session is potential litigation and land acquisition. And the reason for the closed session is to protect the relative position of the city with regard to proposed litigation and to protect the value of property that may be considered for acquisition. The sections of the statutes that authorize these closed sessions are KRS 61.810, subsection 1, subparagraph B is for sale of real property or purchase of real property. And subparagraph C is for discussing the proposed or pending litigation. Having made that announcement in public session, we can now entertain a motion to enter into executive session.
Motion. Got a motion? I'll second. Got a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, opposed? All right, so gonna go to executive session. Don't, I don't think we're gonna have any action coming out of it. If we do, yeah, we do. I'll call both of you.
Okay, will you make me copies of that lawsuit?
Right, we've got that on the list here. Miss Bobby.
And I'll pick it up in the morning.
Okay.
That'd be okay.
Okay.
I have a question to ask.